of grave sentences, and be conversant in dark parables.
And be conversant in dark parables. Go ahead.
He shall serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries, for he hath tried the good and the evil among men.
That's it on that, right? Okay, now let's go from there to Amos, the 3rd chapter and the 7th verse. All right, go ahead.
Amos chapter 3 verse 7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets.
That's plain and to the point. Now let's go from there to Habakkuk, the 3rd chapter, the 13th verse and the 14th verse. Habakkuk, the 3rd chapter, the 13th verse and the 14th verse.
Habakkuk 3 and 13. Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for salvation with thine anointed. Thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked.
Thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked. Now that's going to be a fulfillment. That's part of the prophecy. Their heads have to be wounded. Give me the book of Genesis, the 3rd chapter. And start from the 12th verse.
Genesis chapter 3 verse 12. And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And the Lord power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
So what's going to ultimately happen? We're going to take them down. We're going to destroy them. We're going to bust them in the head. When you bust somebody in the head, a serpent in the head, you can't hit the tail. There's certain snakes, you hit the tail falls off. The snake lives. To kill a snake, you gotta chop his head off. You gotta knock him in the head with a rock. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's go back to Habakkuk, the 3rd chapter and the 13th verse.
It says, thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for salvation with thine anointed. Thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked.
Thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked. Esau. Go ahead.
By discovering the foundation unto the neck. Selah.
Now how do we, discovering what? Their secrets. Yep. Go ahead.
By discovering the foundation unto the neck. Selah. Thou didst strike through with his staffs the head of his villages. They came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was to devour the poor secretly.
There it goes again. Because these are the illuminated ones. They're about, they have what's called the Georgia Guidestones, and they want to, and they have, what is it, the 10 Commandments, and it's written in, I believe, 8 different languages, if I'm not mistaken. And somebody just put it up, and the name on it is supposed to be, I believe it's R.C. Christensen, which they don't know if that's an actual name or that's like a pen name, a name that they made up. But nobody knows why it was there and why it was put there. We know why it was put there. It tells you right on the guide stone. I think it's the very first one. To maintain humanity to no more than 500 million. Right now there's, according to their records, according to their data, there's 6.5 trillion people on the planet Earth. So their plan is to eliminate approximately 6 billion people. Read that last part again.
It says, thou didst strike through with his staffs the head of his villages. They came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was to devour the poor secretly.
Right. They want to. Their agenda is to destroy the poor secretly. That's why you see chemtrails when you get up in the morning. And then the average person, that's a look at, they show their kids, oh, look at the pretty white smoke. That smoke is poison. Even roaches know when you take out a can of Raid, roaches know to damn get out of Dodge, man. So you average people that walk around on the earth, you're a bunch of stupid asses, man. Now, anyway, let's go into our topic. Like I said, you got to do some work now, all right? You just get ready. You just get ready. You remember the order I gave it to you in? You're going to go to the favorites, go down to the very end, go to the first one first. I think you already got it up there. Okay. Yeah, just read on it, the fine points of it.
This is from Wikipedia, entitled Statue of Freedom, also known as Armed Freedom or simply Freedom, is a bronze statue designed by Thomas Crawford that since 1863 has crowned the dome of the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. Originally named Freedom Triumph in War and Peace, official U.S. government publications now state that the statue is officially known as the Statue of Freedom. The statue depicts a female figure representing liberty holding a sheathed sword in her right hand and a laurel wreath and shield in her left hand. It says freedom is a colossal bronze statue figure 19.5 feet.
That's supposed to be the Statue of Freedom, the Statue of Liberty in the harbor, the same woman. But you're going to find out that all goes back to Persephone, which if you understand Greek mythology, she was the wife of Hades or Pluto. The Romans referred to him as Pluto. The Greeks referred to him as Hades in Greek mythology. Just like Zeus. Zeus was the Greek god of all gods. But when the Romans adopted the god Zeus, they changed his name to Jupiter. All right? Now this right here is Persephone, which is the queen of the underworld. She happens to be standing on top of the Capitol building, and you can see a globe under her feet, which I believe represent the whole world, and on the world is written "E pluribus unum," and it was hard to get a picture of that because Esau does everything in secret, which shows you that the Congress, anyone that has to do with the United States federal government, they're all witches, warlocks. They all worship the spiritual demon Satan. They're all a bunch of demons. Now below the globe is a number of fasces with spears coming out the top, which represent they want to conquer the whole world. So now they're doing that. That's why they're over there in Libya. That's why they was in Egypt. That's why they're getting ready to go into certain parts of Africa, which they're already in Africa, which is Libya. That's why they're still in Iraq. That's why they've been in Afghanistan for the last 10 years. They're getting ready to sweep through that and take over the whole. They're getting ready to establish that new world order. They're on the time schedule. So now they got to move quick. All right? But anyway, "E pluribus unum" means, when you translate it into English, I don't know if it's there where they break it down to you. Okay, there it is. I'm going to let you read it.
All right, this is from about.com. It says, "E pluribus unum." What does this U.S. motto mean? Question, "E pluribus unum," what does this U.S. motto mean? "E pluribus unum" appears on U.S. coins, currency, and in other places. What does "E pluribus unum" mean? And what is the story behind this important U.S. motto? Answer, "E pluribus unum" is Latin for "out of many, one." Sometimes it is translated more loosely as "one from many." "E pluribus unum" refers to the fact that the United States was formed as a cohesive single nation as the result of 13 smaller colonies joining together. The motto "E pluribus unum" was first proposed by the U.S. Continental Congress in 1782.
Read the top again.
Okay. "E pluribus unum," what does this U.S. motto mean? "E pluribus unum"